king of the rappers, the mission.
Hey, yo. It's Murado Music 3-piece TCG, Big Beard Pirates TCG, and 2D. Your eyes do not deceive you. We live in a reality where Monkey D. Luffy has beaten up Doflamingo, okay? He took his glasses, he took his boa, he took his family and said, y'all work for me now, okay? Like, yo, are you peeping the art? So here's the story. Chris from Kdaesign'S hits me up and he's like, hey, yo, you remember that art we were talking about? Because more than a month ago, your boy is the origin of the sauce. Oh, that's right. It's also for this. It's also for this leader as well. Okay. It's also for the two most prolific users of the Ploffy, as I titled it, Ploffy strategy or Ploffy build, Ploffy package, if you will, Ploffy package. And so he sent it over and I about lost my fucking shit, dude. I was absolutely mind blown. This is my favorite leader design I've ever seen, hands down, period. And then I was like, hey, yo, like, but mono purple Luffy ain't got a leader. Just copy and paste it, please. Like, keep it the same. He said, say less, fam. Send it back over. And guys, if you ain't realized it yet, yes, go to the link in the description, follow it to Kdaesign'S Etsy page, get 25% off with the code 3-piece TCG. You can choose the option for this one and for this one, okay? And you've got your Ploffy covered, all right? So, yo, I mean, this is the 3-piece Ploffy. This is the 3-piece Ploffy package. Let me try and say it again. 3-piece Ploffy package. Anyways, obviously I'm having way too much fun, completely reinvigorated, and I cannot wait to show you guys the updated list, the strats, and just how como se dice, consistent this is. So we're getting into this build. I'm going to show you guys just how it's played to perfection. Just, I love this deck. I really do love this deck. And what I will be changing, there are some things I will be changing, you know what I mean, or I will recommend be changed. Anyhow, so we're gonna get in this one, and then in the future I will be dropping a video comparing and contrasting the two most prolific Ploffy, the two most prolific 3-piece Ploffy package users, okay, and these two, and we will also talk about black purple Luffy and whether and how they use it, right? Because I've done it for all three, so there's intrinsic differences, very distinct differences. But anyhow, going over the deck list, it hasn't changed much because we are getting close to perfection. We are getting so close to perfection. Having Blast Breath, having Normal Beam, having Gum Gum Giant, having Gamma Knife, these things are game-breaking, game-changing cards. I know that I think I might have one less here, and then I think I do one more God Thread for this. I think I might. I believe so. But anyhow, either way, this is the list right now. I've gone into it in the past. What we're basically looking to do is we like going second. Okay, a lot of people have this deck can work going first, you know what I mean? It ramps, it does its own thing, but we do have a very strong going second curve. We like to go straight into God's Thread. We like to pop whatever they developed, or we play out Bond and Clay for free, you know what I'm saying? And there's gonna be some changes to the list, we'll talk about that later. And then after that, either A, we play God Thread, or B, we play Sangoro. Because remember, we don't have to ramp twice. We don't have to do that. It's just convenient. So we play God Thread or we played Sangoro, okay? That means the next turn we can play Doflamingo or Rosinante because we're already at, we went from 5 to 6 on Fox 26, and now we play this out with no ramping. Or we played out Sangoro, we ramped with our leader ability, we swing, we gain a card, and then we play this out, right? And then the rest is just the rest is just shucking and jiving, bro, because I mean, we're just dodging raindrops, we're cycling when we need to, you know what I'm saying? And we're using pinks to bring it back, and we're taking them into the deep water, and we're gonna drown them. That's how we're gonna get down. You see what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these games. I know I spent a lot of time freaking out over this card, but I mean, it's fucking beautiful. I mean, tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying in the comments. big shout out to Chris. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe I said, you know what would be crazy is if Luffy, it's Luffy with Doffy's boa and his glasses, and like Chris captures this to the most, like, oh my gosh, it's the best looking leader card, hands down. You can't change my mind. You can't change my mind. Also, before we get into the matches, the membership is live. That's right. Come over here and be smashing and finger popping, putting on that pressure, or big city hooping. That's right. And you will be the reason a firefighter learns to read. A lot of you guys ask, hey, why do you run this card instead of that? Because I can't read. I can't read. There. You know it. There. Cat's out of the bag. Pandora doesn't go back in the box. I can't read. I play by feel. I play by feel and emotions and hockey. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, putting on that pressure. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and spoiler alert, we're already gonna be adding more emojis because we got enough members to do so. Appreciate you guys, man. 3-piece, bro. We're taking over. We're taking over, baby. Let's get into it. I know we're hype off that leader. I've got 2 matches with Teach I gotta show you though. I got 2 matches. I got a double header, okay? So everybody's very concerned about Teach, and rightfully so. You know what I mean? They're about as good as they're gonna get, right? For a good amount of time. So we got to go second. Hang on. Okay, so I know we're hype off this leader. The art, because I just have 2 matches of Teach that I gotta show you guys. All right. So first, we chose to go second, right? Yeah, I chose to go second, and we're allowing them to go first. Now we know that Teach likes to go first. However, we really like to go second, and what you're seeing right here is exactly why. Okay, so I don't have Gum Gum Giant in my hand. However, I'm going to search, and I search out a Doflamingo, right? Now, we hate bottom decking Giants. If we had Giants in hand, I would tell you search away. But we really do love establishing Doflamingo. And what we like to do in this matchup is we like to establish Doflamingo early and often, and then double 5-drop, and then we win the game. Okay, that's how we're going to do it. Okay, so I'm going to, they had to swing into sugar, respect. We've got a lot of God Threads. It could be seen as a negative. However, we get to ramp. We get to swing 6. They've only got 5 cards. They give us 2, or they give us a 2K, I mean. And now what this means is that when we draw into a Rosinante, if they don't if they don't black hole us, then we get to trash the God Thread, and we get to draw 2 cards. Another thing this means is that when we do draw into our Gum Gum Giants, we have big city targets for those Giants. Okay, so they're going to go ahead and put out a Jesus Burgers, okay? The Jesus Burgers are getting served. We have a single meat Whopper, all right? Okay, so they're trying to black hole me. Gang, we're already at 8 Don. And now, while we can't use Doflamingo into another body, that's fine. Look at the cards in their hand. Look at the card we just played. They're more than likely not going to have the options to get rid of an 8-cost body, okay? So they reveal and draw Kuzan, OP-10. You know, they've got some trash in there by now. They're going to swing 7. I'm okay with taking 7. We're okay with taking 7. Please take 7. Sometimes I'll be really thinking about it. Okay, cool. So we took there, and we've got 1 of our 5 cost targets. They play out Katarina. Yeah. Anyhow, they got a double meat Jesus burger. We're going to keep it moving. Now check how we get down. We're going straight into another Doflamingo, okay? So them going first, yes. They don't get to see their stuff on curb. That's one thing. The second thing is that by the time they do, we have 1 extra turn of 10 Dawn that we get to spend. So we've already got our first 10 Dawn turn, which is huge. This is what you need to see as a purple Luffy player going into this matchup, okay? So we've already got our first 10 Dawn turn, and we've got 2 8-cost bodies established for that trouble that we've gone through for doing it, right? So now, if they want to start swinging at this and they want to start clearing the Doflamingos, they're going to have a tough time. Dare I say it, at this point, it's impossible. Okay. So they're at 8 cost triple meat Jesus burger, okay? And this is the last turn we have to develop for 10, and we've got 2 9K swings and a 5K swing. Okay, we can't use their abilities. We're not interested in using their abilities. Let it rock. And we can give them a 2K. Uso Hachi's more than likely not going to serve a purpose, unfortunately, in this game. However, I would like to hold on to 1 just because at a certain point that's going to become relevant. Now, I can turn this blocker sideways and I can just go cray cray, or I can counter out. It looks like I'm going to choose to do that. So I'm going to go to 11, and now I can get rid of, I would have saved Uso Hachi. But anyhow, I turn their blocker sideways, okay? And now I got a Senor Pink. I would like to draw into a Rosinante. If I draw into a Rosinante, I've got a big city boner, okay? But I don't draw into any 5K. So we're going to go ahead and swing over that by 2K. We've got rid of a very pivotal swinger at him. Okay, so now we got options. They black hold us, but we got options. We're not really worried about a sweetheart. We can also God Thread that Devon. But we're going to swing at it, I guess. Okay, cool. So we're going to play them out. And then now we're going to go ahead and swing 7. And I'm assuming 7 in the face. We're swinging 6 in the face. Why are we being so greedy, I wonder? Why are we being so greedy? Huh. Okay, so this is interesting. Typically, yeah, we also develop before we swing, which that's a simulator mistake I always make. A very bad habit. However, so if they see their 10 drop, we're kind of in trouble. And based on our hand and the amount of Dawn we had, swinging into their life could have also been a great option, especially after getting rid of the Jesus Burger. So they dropped 10, which is why I didn't swing into Lafferty Daniels, because I knew that they weren't going to give them any value. They may now give them great value, but not at that point in time. Okay, so now I would really like to draw into a 5K body. Will they get rid of one of their 2 cards to black hole me? And they do. They've been super greedy. Okay, so we're chilling. We ain't worried about it, though, because we can swing 5. You got to give me something. You've got to either give me that 1 card or give me that life or give me the block, but you got to give me something, okay? And this is the problem they find themselves in. Okay, so they did that. And this is also why God Thread is so strong in this matchup, because it doesn't matter what your name is. It doesn't matter whether you black hole me or not. I'm going to God Thread and I'm going to ramp again, right? So now we've got an all but like abominable. We are officially big city hooping. Dare I say it? We have lit up. This is it. We're lit. They can drop another teach. It ain't gonna do shit. You know what I'm saying? They still got to give me something for these bodies. They still got to give me cards for these bodies. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself here. They have a 6 meat hamburguesa con queso de craft, and we are like, fuck the wuck. When did that Jesus burger get so thick? Okay, so at this point, I ain't worried about S or H, because what we can do is we can God Thread that Katarina. We can save 2 Dawn up. We're going to have 2 Dawn no matter what. So we just got rid of one of their blockers. Now we can start swinging 7. Cool. We draw into a fucking bitch ass brick. That's okay. Now we can swing another 7. You got to give me 2 cards, or you got to give me something. You got to give me cards, or you got to give me a blocker. Now, why I didn't swing 7 is beyond me. Frankly, it's beyond me, because I could swing 7 and then still have 2 Dawn up. I think I was, not seeing the writing on the wall. However, it's 9 into 5, and then it's 10 into 3. There's nothing they can do after that. So you got to see, well, what happens if, and what happens. That's what happens if. We didn't get to develop the turn after our second Doflamingo. We didn't get to develop 2 5s, but we still got to develop those 2 5s. And this is what you're going to see that wins this matchup for you 9 times out of 10. Next. All right. Now we had to run it back. Because what is it like when you play with the new leader art, right? What is it like when that, man? I'm sorry. I'm too hype. I don't give a fuck. Okay. So now we got another teach. And so Teach is going to be, they reveal that stronger. Okay, they reveal the stronger. What you got? Okay. Okay, they're going to swing 7. All right. It sucks to have to take, but fuck it, we took it. All right. Now, here is a game where we haven't seen our God thread yet, right? And I know I was just making a huge deal about that God thread, and rightfully so. We're really hoping to see a God thread when we ramp here. Okay, no God thread. Guess what we got? Sangoro. Sangoro is going to, we got to swing first. I won't make that mistake. We got to swing first, and then we got to develop Sangoro. Now, what Sangoro is going to do is the next turn. Okay, we got plenty of counter in our hand. The next turn, when we ramp to 8, Sangoro's live, and we're going to draw a card, and we're going to start having some fat daddy hands. Okay, so we're going to give him 1K to counter out. We don't want to go any lower than 2. Not yet. We don't need to get that low yet. Okay, so the question is, do they have any means to pop this? Finger pistol was 1. They got Kuzan. They give us a single meat Jesus burger. We ain't worried about it, sweetheart. Okay, so now they're going to pass it back. We're at 7. We're going to ramp. We're at 8. And it's time to swing, and develop. Okay, so please, God, swing first. Am I right? And when I swing here, I'm going to be able to swing 6 and a 7. Because I don't need, actually, I can swing 8. I can swing 6 and 8. I could have swung 7 and 7. So anyhow, they give us the counter out of that one, and that was a teensy wit bit of a misplay there, because if we had that much Don to rock with, we should have just put on that pressure. But anyhow, we did get him to take 1 life, and we're gonna play out Rosinante, and this is where I realized, oh, I could have swung 7 and 7. Oh. Anyhow, we're going to keep it moving. I don't need to play out a sugar. And there we go. Okay, so if things get hairy and they want to do like the step swing and swing with their leader and then swing with their double meat Jesus burger, we can easily neural beam that and turn it sideways. However, we really like to save neural beams in this matchup for the big boss. Okay, because when they get that false sense of security of dropping that 10 drop, and we've got neural beam in our hands and we turn them sideways, they never know what hit them. Okay, so right here, I'm thinking I get rid of sugar. Yeah, thinking I get rid of sugar. Now, this is a very important gameplay because this is different than the last one. The last one I showed you, I had Doflamingo, then Doflamingo, and then I started dropping 5s, right? This one, no Doflamingo. Okay, we're not seeing Dofi yet. We're not seeing what we want. No God thread, no Dofi. All right. Everybody else, they give you like these like either weird ass like off meta leaders that play like dog shit, or they and they show you the wrong things to do, or or they give you like everything went perfect. You know what I mean? Or even worse, they don't give you any examples. They just talk to you about the deck, and you're supposed to be like, oh yeah, no, I can feel myself winning just from hearing you talk. That ain't how we do it over here at 3-piece. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead and block out of that. They got the Vasco shot. We saved our Neural Beam. Unfortunately, did not draw into any Dofi, anything like potent. We wanted some potent potables, but we do have the wherewithal to do that. And now here I'm actually kicking myself for swinging 7, because I'm like, damn, dude, what if I would have just fucking held on to that shit? You know what I mean? And then drew into pink, and then I could have played 2 5s out. I mean, fucking, we'll never know. You know what I mean? But what we do know is that we can swing 7 and 8, and now we're putting on that pressure. Check my guy out over here. We're going to go up 4 Dawn active, and they're going to go into 9 Dawn, I believe that is. So they got 9 Dawn on their board, and we've got 1 more turn after this to develop further, okay? So they've got some problems. They got some problems to solve. Now, typically, Blackbeard's got the cards to do it, okay? But we're putting on that pressure, and we're making it so that we can take Big Beard out of the game, okay? We want to take the big Blackbeard out of the game, because that's the best way to beat Blackbeard. You guys have heard me say this a billion times over. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and Gum Giant, and I actually get rid of pink. And I get rid of pink because I'm like, yo, you know what? This guy's got 5 cards in hand. I just don't see them allowing me to do on play abilities possibly for the rest of the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of being real with myself. Even though that is a 5 cost body that I would love to develop, I'm just not having it. Okay, so now you know me, I hate to over counter. Absolutely hate to over counter. So we go ahead and take that right there. Okay, and we've got plenty of Dawn. We're in business. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they want to do, we can do it. And they drop another Jesus Burger. And they're set up. They're set up for big city victory at this point. But whatever shall they do? Okay, so we've got the reveal stronger. They KO. They look. I mean, my man's playing great. My man is playing great. What is this? Robster? Rock Lobster? You're playing great. No notes. You're playing great. Here's our chance to develop something to really push them over the edge. Okay, so I play out a Bond Clay because if you want to play out your big beard, or your black beard, you have got to understand that you are going to have a 12k body swinging back at you. So now we're swinging 7s at him. Okay, and I've already satisfied my Rosinantes by playing a card that costed 4. Okay, so we played a card that costed 4, and then we got to keep it moving. All right, so now I can literally just swing 9 at them. I can literally attach all Dawn and swing 9, and you're gonna take. Okay, so now you're at 0 life, and oh, that sucked. That sucked. Yeah, they bid 500 million. Yeah, they sold for 500 million. They got Bond Clay's sweet ass. Okay, so now it's getting a little hectic. It's getting a little hectic because they got banished, which means we would not get this card. Okay, they decided to swing 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And so they've got 13, 10, 10, and an 8. That's what they're representing. I'm like, excuse me, squeeze me baking powder. So they do have banish, and I'm like, you know what? This isn't worth the squeeze. I would rather take 15 than, climb that mountain. Now they're going to go ahead and swing 6. Easy 2K. We're not even thinking about it. Either better than that, we're neural beaming, and we're turning the 5 sideways. And now they've got 1 grand total 10K swing, and I could, I got Dawn. I could do that with 2Ks. I don't even have to use a Gum Gum Giant. But so, yeah, I mean, we just Gum Gum Giant in a 2K, or we give them 3 2Ks. I don't know which one we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and go for the more eventful route. The kids like to see the GG, the Gum Gum Giant. And so we do that, and they're cooked. They're done. Consignado. We're done with this one, gang. Yeah, we're done with this one. Okay, they went out on their seatbelt, and why? Because Teach would have been GG's. If they played Teach, that's it. No mas. We would have had that. You see what I'm saying? We got to create that environment by playing that timely Bond Clay. Even though we didn't get to go double wide like we'd love to, we got to play a Bond Clay. It caused them to have to pivot and play differently. All right, we're back. We're looking good. Big $1 million smile. Yeah. Okay, so we are playing against Law and playing against old Traffy. Shake that Laffy Traffy. All right, so we're going first. We ain't crazy about going first, but cool. We're going to go ahead and ramp, and we're going to swing 9 at that ass. Take that 4 life leader down to 3, please. Now, we don't get to see Law too often, and we know that this is going to be a very relevant leader as sets come out. We were talking about this in our live. If you look at Red Green Law was one of the big 3, okay? You look at Red Purple Law had to be banned, okay? So if you think Green Yellow Law isn't going to get any support and isn't going to be anything, I don't know what to tell you, Jack. Keep wishing and hoping. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of a God Thread. We're going to draw 2 cards, and now we've got 2 extra, excuse me. We've got 2 extra to swing with, and that, I believe, is putting us at 7 Dawn. So yeah, we're good on our ability right there. And I mean, look, this is what going first looks like. you get to be more aggressive. We got to swing first time, we got to develop Rosinante, and then we got to swing 7 again. And so it's like, while going second is preferred for ramping, going first is great for just punching that face, especially on a 4 life leader, right? Okay, so they're gonna swing 5 into 5, and I don't know if I'm feeling that. I don't know if I'm feeling that. I know that we've got Cavendish coming. I go ahead and take because I would rather keep my counter for later in the game. They don't have any cards that are going to augment my hand, right? So instead of doing the Dofi play, we opt to get rid of Cavendish, who I believe is a big troublemaker. Big troublemaker. And so anyways, now we're going to swing 5. We get a 1K counter. Now we're going to swing 6, looking for a 2K or take a life. They give us a 2K. Putting Tashigi's in trash is always a great thing in this match. Okay, so now what do they got? Okay, we got a killer. They're going to give them 1 Dawn, and that means that they will be drawing a card on KO for killer or when they block, etc. They're going to swing 5 at us. Yo, I really loathe doing this, but I go ahead and I take. And we're going to go ahead and give them 2K for this leader swing. Okay, so it looks like they freeze Rosinante. We're going to give them these 2Ks that have no purpose other than 2K, and we're going to keep it moving. All right, so we play out Sangoro because we have no Dofi targets, unfortunately. But we're looking good in the sense that we're able to give big city swings and really put on that pressure and get him out of here. Okay, so right now you're going to have to give me blocker or give me 2Ks. Okay, and we're swinging big and we're getting 4 Dawn up every turn right now. Okay, so 4 Dawn back right up. All right, spoiler alert, gang. While I've got everybody focused on, Rosie Ploffy, it is Ploffy Mono. It is that 3-piece Ploffy package that is the most consistent, the absolute most consistent. So I know me, I'm not trying to go down to 0 life now. Hey, it was cute before, but I'm going to get rid of it. Oh man, I hate that you guys saw the Magellan already. I hate that you saw the Magellan. I was trying to show a little, I wanted it to be a little sneaky Pete action. But anyhow, we draw into Senor Pink. It's game, set, and match at this point. It's game, set, and match. What they're going to do is they're going to give me back a Gum Gum Giant, okay? And, I mean, the rest is going to speak for itself. So, I'm a little... right now, I'm swinging 6s. And that, to me, is a big city mistake, okay? What we should be doing... Well, no. Maybe I'm making it up at the end. Yeah, because we've got some Dawn to play with. We've actually got all the Dawn in the world to play with. And, oh, yeah, never mind. I'm doing everything right. Okay, so then I make those 2, attach all Dawn. There we go. So I was right. Even when I'm wrong, I'm right. Look at that board. This is what you can't beat. This is when we get cray. This is when we take it over the top. Okay? Like, yo. All right. So I'm like, oh, they're throwing the game. Oh, they're done. They're throwing the game. Okay, I'm going to take it off of 1.5 speed real quick. So I'm like, okay, so you've got that. That's easier to block out of course, than, objectively than 14. Okay, cool. So I block out of that. 14, I'm like, all right, cool. I'll just take it. It's not a big deal. I don't need it. And, I don't need it. We're taking 14. I even use that to just ramp 1 more. You know what I mean? Okay, so now we're just ready to call the game. They restanded on some jump scare shit. And at this moment, I'm like, what the fuck did I do? So I gum to get rid of that. And I can go to 11 and 13, and then I can counter out. But I really should have held on to that Neural Beam. That was fucking nuts. Yeah, that was a jump scare. Yeah, no, definite jump scare. And, they go ahead and concede. And I think that's about that right there. Yeah, crazy, I know. Anyhow, I was looking to rematch them, but we didn't get that.
gang.
Cool.
I got
There they are right there. Crazy. Okay, so here I choose to go second. All right, and I'm looking at my hand. I'm really thinking, okay, because let me tell you guys, and I was gonna wait till the gist of the list, but yeah. So I was experimenting with Magellan. Sue me. What I'm thinking is Magellan throws people off curb. Big Luffy hasn't been doing anything for me. Hasn't been doing a thing for me. So I'm just like, all right. And then Magellan, while it can be trashed by their como se dice? By their Beckman. Beckman isn't the only way. And Beckman may trash, but Beckman is their only card that trashes. Hongo Jerry over here, he's hoping to minus and then assist somebody in KOing. He's not trying to do all that. So we've got Lucky Roo, and we do knew that Lucky Roo can get rid of Magellan for free, and we're like, well, that sucks. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and put on that pressure. I'm gonna give him swings because we got swings to give, right? And I'm anticipating them to get rid of Lucky Roo and pop Magellan. Okay, they don't. Okay, now I can go ahead and I believe take another life and ramp up if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay, so little mistakey stake, I think, or either that or we're trying to stay a little healthy. Either way, we're gonna play another one, and we don't choose the ramp. Now they're at 5. Okay, so they're stuck at 5. We're feeling good. We are at 5, going to 7, and then we can take a life and go to 8. Okay, so they swing 6 at us. We give them the Giola. It's easy. Okay, cool. So now we are at 8 Dawn. All right, and we have targets for our Rosinante. So Mies thinks it's time to swing. We get that elite ability out. Let's see, we get the leader ability out. Yeah, okay, good deal. I'm going to go ahead and play Dofalamonga. I'm going to get Rosinante out. And I can do the Neural Beams sword. And you know what I mean? Just kind of keep it moving. It looks like I'm really considering. Okay, I was about to say. So now I'm going to swing 5. That's a skill check just to see if they give me a card. They don't give me a card. We're going to keep it moving. We're at 7 Dawn, so we go up. So now is their first turn that they can play Ben Beckman, okay? So their first turn they can play Beckman, and what is they going to do with it? You know what I'm saying? So they're going to give us 7 here. They're going to -1 on them. And we're going to ramp with our Dofi. Yeah. And we can't take here and figure out what's going on because unfortunately for them, they're not representing a Beckman with that remaining Dawn. So I'm like, okay, what are they cooking? What are they actually cooking? Are we going to see some kind of rush? Are we going to see some kind of, well, frankly, their threats are from 5 and then 7 on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm assuming we're going to get some kind of swing or some kind of something. Well, we get another Yasop, and it gives their leader plus 1K. And I'm like, okay, if you swing there, you're going to go down 2. So they don't swing there. And now's a good time to go ahead and give them some Blast Breath or give them something. Because we're at 8 Dawn. We'll come back to 8. We'll come back to 9 if we use Blast Breath. We don't necessarily need to see more cards. So we just did that. And that's the flexibility of Blast Breath. And that's why we love it. Okay, so now we're at 9 Dawn. Okay, we're going to develop. And we're going to be able to go to 10 Dawn. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're using any Dawn. However, we did draw into another Magellan. We could be playing out another Magellan, and yet again just muck their Dawn up. You get what I'm saying? Their curve up. So if we don't play a Magellan, next turn they're at 9. If we play a Magellan, next turn they're capped at 8. Okay, so we put that cap on them one more time, and this will be the last turn that playing a Magellan is going to be relevant. We're going to swing 7 at them, and, you know, looking for leader ability or whatnot. We're not too concerned about holding on to all the Dawn in the world. And they take. Okay, cool. Now we can swing another 7 at them, and then another 7 at them. So either way, they're going to have to give us some cards. Why am I playing it like this? I'm sorry, gang. Yeah, look at that boy. Now you can see him. Anyhow, so we're swinging 7 into 6. Okay. And they got to have 2K somewhere in there. What you don't want to do is go down to 1 life when I have this kind of board. Okay. So we've effectively kept their their curve just completely effed in the A. And now they got to figure out how to do this. And this is why this is going to possibly be my next venture with this leader. Is that 1, it helps in the body matchup. 2, it helps in this matchup. 3, I don't think it negatively impacts our other matchups. So 4, let's go for it. You know what I'm saying? So they're swinging 7 there. And I'm thinking, damn, I don't want to give up all the fucking cards in my hand. I could take it. And now they've got 7 Dawn to play with. They play out a Marco. At this point in time, I'm like, oh, okay, we're done. I mean, I take another look at the life. I take another look at the board. And I'm like, oh, this game's fucking cooked. You guys are done. Give them a Giola and give them a fucking Sugar. And that's it. That's the game right there. They disconnect. I mean, look. They could have played this. And they could have KO'd Rosie. You know what I'm saying? Then they could have swung. And then what? And then what? 1, 2. You know what I'm saying? I guess you could have had 4, but we were going to be in that ass. We were going to be in that ass. And then if they would have played Shanks or whatever they would have did afterwards would have just made it worse after the fact. But yeah, I played 1 tournament. I played 2 tournaments now with the list as I showed it. And then now I'm starting to experiment with this Magellan. Let's go ahead and take it over to the gist of the list and we'll talk about it. Okay, so you guys got to see the hashtag spoilers where I have been experimenting with Big Mom, but Big Mom, I need more experimenting with Big Mom. I need more time with Big Mom to see how that works. But I've been playing with 4 of these. And what do you do with 4 of these? Well, what are you trying to do? Okay, so I just take away 1 God Thread. And as pivotal as God Thread is, or I could take away 1 Bond Clay, or I could take, well, we don't really want to take away 1 Pink. But we could also take away Sugar. But anyhow, the thought process behind it was, did you guys see Luffy show up? Because I didn't, and I haven't. And I played 5 rounds against Red today, and essentially won all of them. I let Ray take something back, and you guys will see that in the if you got the members only. I let him take one back. Let him take a misplay on his end back, and because it's locals, we're having fun. But yeah, I essentially beat all of them. I beat all 5 Reds. You know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy. Hold on, I can't talk unless we're doing this. So anyways, this is what I'm thinking moving forward. If I see Magellan on curb, I'm throwing their curb off, and then I'm ramping back up to mine. And then when we get in that deep end, you know what I mean? I got a 6K body that's going to be doing work the entire time in Magellan, and they're either going to have to deal with it or deal with it. It's literally a fallback or fallback situation. So on the flip side, I am netting 1 more brick in my hand by running 4. I don't have to run 4. I can run 3. I can run 3 and I can God Thread. And that might be what I do. I was running 4 because I really wanted to see the card because I really wanted to test it. But Magellan's one of those cards that, it's potent on curb and it's potent as a double play. Once you get the 10, you play 2 of them and you just set them back entirely. But and maybe that's the way. However, in this current meta right now, I think Magellan played on curb is as effective or more, because I don't want them to ever be able to comfortably play out a Booby Smoker, Cavendish. I don't want them to comfortably play out Beckman's. I don't want them to be able to play that out. I don't care about just getting rid of their big bad threat. I don't care about just throwing off their what is it? Their 10 drop Dofi, their 10 beard, their Shanks, 10 Shanks, you know what I mean? Their 9 Shanks, their Wall Kid. I care about throwing their entire game off while having a body to swing into that they don't want to swing back into, that they don't want to KO, that only 1 card in the game deals with properly. I mean, obviously, if blue becomes a thing, You know, blue can bottom deck it, but you know, I eat through blue with this. So anyhow, that is the gist of the list. Again, thank you guys so much for all of the support. And man, you know, it really means a lot. This honestly is my pride and joy. This and the red, purple Luffy are honestly my pride and joys because, you know, I've been playing the game for going on 2 years. I believe I've been playing the game for 2 years now, going on 2 years. And it means so much to me to have finally contributed back to the meta in such a way that it's being emulated. You know, Chris from Kdaesign'S said that, you know, people at their locals, he's the whole country away. He's the whole country away, and saying people are playing my build. You know what I'm saying? I've got you guys telling me about, you know, people playing the 3-piece Ploffy package. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be in red, purple or mono purple. So, you know, it does mean a lot to be able to contribute something and to, you know, either represent it myself in tournament or see it represented. Because, you know, unfortunately, hey, yo, I'm a firefighter with a full-time and overtime and a gorgeous wife. So I can only make it out to so many events. You know what I'm saying? I was going to be in Shreveport, but, you know, we got Stray Kids concert. So what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, link in the description. This will be live as this video airs. So go ahead and cop the mono purple and the red purple. And tell them your boy sent you. And also, again, memberships are live. And we already can get more emojis and shit thanks to you guys' support. And man, I really do appreciate it because I've turned this into a part-time job. You know what I'm saying? Full-time if you count the amount of testing. You know what I'm saying? So I really have been putting my everything into it, my whole badussy. And it means a lot to get that love and support back from you guys. Homeland's already hit me up and, you know, talking to me about, you know, I'm already getting him right and getting his deck revision going and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, guys are able to reach me on the Discord and we're able to get it going. But anyhow, this has been Murado Music with 3-piece TCG, Big Beard Pirates TCG, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Stuck up in it. Stuck in it. I'm stuck in the game, fucking it up with the gang. For the love of the money and fame, I can tell I never could change. I said I'm stuck in the game, fucking it up with the gang. For the love of the money and fame, I can tell I never could change.